guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about manifesting tips and about vision boards while making a vision board. I'm super excited to talk about this with you guys today because manifesting is something that I have really incorporated into my life and done a lot of research on, and it is something that I'm very passionate about. Here I bought a frame from CVS and I just took out the papers from inside of the frame, and I'm using the one that they give you to use as my paper to put all of my pictures on top of and my collage on top of it. And I printed my pictures at CVS because I don't have a printer at home, and it honestly was really cheap. I downloaded all of my pictures from Pinterest and then uploaded them on a Google Docs, and then from there, to fit as many pictures onto a page as I could, opened up the margins so it's kind of like that little blue slider at the top that looks like a ruler. I slid the one on the left all the way to the left and the one on the right as far as I could, just so I could fit like as many pictures as I could on there. Then I uploaded my pictures onto the Google Docs and resized all of them, and in total I think I had about 4 pages of pictures. I didn't end up using 3 of them because they were too big and too dark. You can see them right there on the paper, but anyway, so I just got out every single one individually, and typically I use like a canvas. You can also use a canvas. I used to paint mine, like do like a little painting in the background or paint it solid or something, just so I could have something in the back, because sometimes you could see like the white peeping through, like if your pages don't completely cover your pictures don't completely cover the page. But yeah, honestly, you can do whatever you want for yours. Like you can put it in a frame, you can put it on a canvas, you can also create a digital vision board and put that like on your phone home screen or your iPad or computer, laptop, or whatever. I personally like doing this because I like to do a lot of arts and crafts, and I feel like doing things more physical and hands-on helps me remember things better, and it just helps my brain become more stimulated with like the ideas that I'm trying to like put into my head, if that makes sense. I kind of like think of it like when I study, I prefer to take notes like with a pen and a paper versus like just on like a digital notes, because or like typing notes up, because it helps my brain remember that information easier. So this is kind of the same for me. Okay, so the first tip I want to give you guys, and I think it's the most important one, is to always do your own research. There is a lot of misinformation on the internet, and can honestly set you back a little bit if you just believe anything that you hear, because not all of it is true, and not everybody really has the intention of giving you information that's going to really help you, but instead like benefit themselves and get them like more clout and views, and kind of help them build a brand that's based off of limiting beliefs, if that makes sense, and I hope that does. I really recommend reading books. Like, books are going to be your best friend when you're first kind of diving into this, and TED Talks too. I've also followed a lot of different creators like on TikTok and YouTube, and I'm going to list my favorite down below because despite what I said earlier, I honestly don't There are a lot of creators who are still really helpful and give really great advice. But yeah, like I said, just honestly use your discernment. Okay, my second tip is to always, always, always remember that your mind is the most powerful thing in the universe. And vision boards and crystals and all of these other types of manifesting tools, keyword tools, they're just there to help you and to inspire you and to help uplift your energy, raise your energy. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to your mind. And this is going to bring me to my third tip, which is to take advantage of the healing opportunities that manifesting brings you. Sometimes when you're manifesting, you're going to come into a little I guess bump in the road, like a little bump in the road, where you'll find yourself doubting a lot of different things and kind of doubting yourself and being scared about certain things that your manifestation kind of brings up. I think one of the ways it was easiest to find out kind of these little triggers, or however you want to call it, that blocked me from manifesting what I wanted to wholeheartedly, was by journaling. Journaling really helped me identify those different fears and blocks and stuff, and also helped me heal from them. When you're taking this time to heal, it's really important to be patient and kind with yourself, because it takes a lot of courage and a lot of bravery to step out of those cycles and step away from those limiting beliefs that you've created or that have been, programmed into your mind for you. But yeah. But overall, I would say if you're having doubts and fears about the things that you're trying to manifest, this is your chance to break those cycles and do something big for yourself and truly believe in yourself. Okay, my next tip is to find out what inspires and motivates you the most. My top 4 things help me, my top 4 tools, are vision boards, listening to music, and using affirmations. Also, I don't think this is really a tool, I think it's a necessity. So this is a little bit different, but meditating, honestly, just try it. That's all I have to say. Just try it, and it's gonna be a game changer. But vision boards and music help me visualize and get me into the good feelings, and help me remember what it is I'm trying to manifest and why I'm trying to manifest it. And then I also like using affirmations because they're really helpful when you're trying to reprogram your beliefs, your limiting beliefs and all of that. And they're really customizable. You can really just you can find some online, but I recommend making your own that speak to you. And I like to kind of create affirmations to reassure myself. If I'm feeling scared about something, I will write down or repeat affirmations that make me feel safe. Or if I'm feeling insecure, about looks, I guess, I will repeat affirmations or write down affirmations that make me feel beautiful. And if I'm feeling anxious, ones that make me feel calm and give me reassurance that everything is going to be okay and everything always works out for me and always is happening for my highest good, that I'm always going to be on the right path. Okay, so
So, for my next tip, I wanted to kind of talk about the idea of like the flow state or like the knowing state. And I'm not really sure if you guys have heard about that, but essentially, it's kind of like getting into that emotional um and energetic state of just knowing, like truly knowing to your core that what you are manifesting is going to come into fruition. Um, and I wanted to talk about how you can get into that knowing state if you're having a little bit of trouble. But basically, um, what helped me the most was building faith and trust, like having faith and building trust in the universe or whatever it is that you believe in, that things will work out for you. There is no other truth except for that. And so, like, even when you're not in that knowing state and you're not really sure if like what you want is going to happen, what I find is really helpful is when I truly persist in those thoughts, and of like and make affirmations to help myself reinforce the idea and the belief that the universe has my back, and like my manifestations are going to come true because the universe planted like the manifestation into my mind, into my awareness, because it wants it to happen. And everything truly does work out for me, and everything will always work out for me. So, like, that's kind of what I do when I'm having trouble, is I just like remind myself, like, I check myself, like, when I'm having thoughts that are like doubts. I check myself and I remember that, and that's what helps me get into that knowing state. And guess kind of like, I don't know if it's like an analogy, but another way you can think about it is like when you're working out and like you're on the treadmill and you are trying to do like 30 minutes, right? And you are like 20 minutes in and you're like, oh my god, like I want to give up, but you keep pushing yourself because you know that if you reach these 30 minutes, over time you're like going to see really good results. You're going to get the results that you want, right? And you just know it because obviously you're putting the work into it, so it's going to happen. So that's like a good way to think about with like manifesting and persisting in like the affirmations to help you get into that knowing state. Like, you know that like the universe has your back, and like you know that like repeating these affirmations and sticking with it and getting yourself hyped and just staying with the assumptions like that this is going to happen for me, it's is quite literally going to make it happen, if that makes sense. Also, like, if you're having trouble like relaxing and like easing your anxiety and like the affirmations are not working, I highly recommend meditating, guys. It's the key to quite literally everything. So yeah, if you just meditate, it will help you relax and get you into that knowing and flowing state a lot easier, and it'll give you a lot of practice and like help you really relieve your anxiety. I think that's like a big thing that's helped me relieve anxiety in general. And then the next thing that I wanted to say is that manifesting is only going to be as easy as you make it. Don't make it hard for yourself. Like, don't overthink it.
Just try to have like as much fun with the process as possible, because and get excited, like truly get excited, because once you really put your energy, actions, and just intention, your manifestation is going to come true. And something that I always like to remember
is that your manifestations are trying to come to life because the universe wants it to, and it wouldn't plant that seed of desire inside of your heart and your mind if it didn't want to make it happen. And honestly, just try your best to align with that truth and keep that ideal close to your heart, and it makes it a lot easier too.
Those are all of the tips that I have for you guys today. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments, or I could also make another video talking about manifesting. I feel like it took me a really long time to truly articulate all of my thoughts and put them together, because I feel like my brain is just always all over the place. But I hope that you guys were able to understand what I was trying to say. Anyway, I wanted to point out that I typically glue my pictures onto like my canvas or whatever it is that I'm trying to hang up, but I didn't do that this time because I didn't want to make the pictures like crinkly, because I have like the liquid glue, and I just didn't want to deal with that mess. So I just like put the glass right over the paper and put the frame in. And honestly, I don't even know how I did it. It was a really complicated process. So be very careful if you're doing the same thing that I am, and be patient because it took me a long time, as you can tell. But yeah, I just ended up hanging my vision board inside of my room, my closet, and I put it like over my little dresser that I have, so that way like every day that I go inside